Hey patrons, what's up? Rockin' Robbie Bills here for Pop Culture Philosophers. Thank you guys so much once again for helping support this channel on Patreon. We really do appreciate it. Every little bit helps. It helps to provide a positive community on YouTube for pop culture, for comic books, for movies, for television, for music, and more. So it's time for one of these PCP Video Newsletters. So I got a big thing I want to talk to you guys about. It's something that David Hatch, who hopefully is watching this video, he mentioned it, and this is something I've been thinking about for a while. Okay, let's get right into it. The brand, the name, Robbie Rants. Okay, am I actually ranting in the episodes that are Robbie Rants? Well, by the common, most popular definition of the term, no, not at all. I haven't done that since the very, very early days of Robbie Rants. In fact, if you look at the early episodes of Robbie Rants, you'll notice that there are things like Deadpool is not the world's greatest comic magazine. Deadpool should not be an Avenger. The Supergirl TV series makes Superman an asshole. Things like that, right? So when I first started doing Robbie Rants, it was 100% me ranting about things, right? But then I decided very quickly that we wanted to boost things. We wanted to signal boost more than we wanted to tear down, right? Plenty of other YouTube channels are out there. They tear things down, right? So then I decided, you know, rants could just mean that I'm doing a tirade, but maybe it's not a negative tirade. Maybe it's a positive tirade. And maybe I should have at that moment changed it to Robbie Raves. However, I didn't. And then all of a sudden, weekly pop culture wrap up, and especially the weekly comic book review, starts gaining traction. And it's tied into the Robbie Rants brand. And the original idea is that Robbie Rants was any video that was just me solely talking to you guys. Because remember, Pop Culture Philosophers is a podcast. It's a group. It's a crew. And what you get mostly here on the YouTube channel is me. And you get a little bit of Brooks and Jelani as well on the movie reviews, comics revisited, things like that. And the podcast has all of us on it in a rotating schedule. And I'm on every episode. So if you haven't listened to the podcast, you definitely should, in my opinion. It's coming back this year, I promise. Still working all the details out there. So I want to talk about Robbie Rants. So I have been burdened by this idea that Robbie Rants is not typically truly rants. And then I decided, well, we're being successful. Why? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Things like that, right? And then I realized that once you look into the YouTube analytics of the channel, Robbie Rants is one of the most common searched terms that our people use to bring them to our page. So I feel like I'm stuck. This is my plan, but before I put it in action, I want to bring it to you, the board. See what you guys think about it. I'm thinking about ending the idea of Robbie Rants at episode 300. Anything post 300 that's me ranting about something, I'll do a Robbie Rants, right? But the weekly pop culture wrap up, the weekly comic book review, those are their own shows. And they need to stand as their own shows, I believe. So I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments down below. Should I retire the Robbie Rants brand, unless it's a true Robbie Rants, or should I continue? I don't know. But I'm thinking about after episode 300, which is going to happen this year, going through and just being like, you know, from this point forward, the weekly comic book review and the weekly pop culture wrap-up are all their own thing. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Before we sign off, though, let's talk about some recent purchases that I just made. So last week I shared the actual new comic books that I bought. Well, I bought them a little bit late this week. I bought them. Tonight is Saturday. I don't think you're going to get this till Monday morning, but it is Saturday night right now. Just finished the weekly pop culture wrap-up. It's uploading right now, getting set up and scheduled for tomorrow morning. So let's talk about what I'm actually buying. What did I actually buy, new comic book-wise, this week? Well, Fantastic Four, number 6. I'll buy every issue of this title for the rest of my life. This is my favorite comic book of all time, Fantastic Four. Not this particular issue, but it was very, very fun. And Venom number 10, because just like I said last week with the Web of Venom series, I love Venom. I love what Donny Cates is doing with this character. Ryan Stegman, this is great character work, so of course I bought it. Batman Who Laughs number 2, loving this one. Will I hold on to it? I'm not sure, but I'm digging Scott Snyder's plans for DC right now. And a lot of it has to do with those pages right there. And also Gideon Falls number 10. I buy this book monthly because it deserves to be bought. Because I need to let Image and Diamond know that I am one person that wants this book every single month. And we got to support books that are absolutely the best in the industry. And to me, this is the best comic book in the industry right now. And once it gets going and a TV show or a movie happens and it gets really popular and explosive, I'll sell them. But that's really fun. I got some dollar comics here too. So let me share some of my new dollar comic book purchases. First of all, this 3D Three Stooges book, which is actually really nifty. It's from 1988, Eclipse Comics. I just randomly saw it at the shop this morning. I put on these little glasses that it came with, and I thought it actually looked really, really cool. The comic book was pretty solid. I also got this What If number 13. That's What If Volume 2 number 13. What if Professor X of the X-Men had become the Juggernaut? So me and Brooks are doing this whole read-through of What If. It's going to take us a long time to get through it, if we even get through it, but there you go. My homie got June Brigman. June Brigman is a co-creator of the Power Pack. She was in town this week at the Huntsville Con at the Low Mill. I didn't go to that, but my homie went there last night and got this Captain Ginger. She's the artist of this book. She, my buddy Cam got her to sign this book to me and my cat Cream, and he loves to abbreviate Cream. Creamsicle. Cream is short for Creamsicle. He loves to abbreviate it because it means cats rule everything around me. So that was super, super cool that she signed this to me and Creamsicle. I thought that was really, really, really nifty. I got this Camelot 3000 series. Every single issue except for issue 4. I had to buy that brand new. But I got all the rest of these in the dollar bin. And what's crazy is I've never read this book. It's kind of like a futuristic retelling of, I guess, King Arthur or something, but Brian Boland did the artwork, and my favorite thing about it is these ads for the Masters of the Universe and the Kool-Aid Man Atari games. Really fun. I've never read this book, so I'm really looking forward to reading it. And I got this random Street Fighter Malibu number 1. It was $1. Why not, right? Anyway, that's some of the books I purchased this week. What did you purchase? Let me know in the comments down below. What did you actually read? What did you actually buy? David Hatch. You don't have to tell us because I know you buy a lot. David Crone, by the way, if you're watching this, I just, for the first time, saw the image of, it seems to me like that you had you commissioned an artist to do an image of you, of me, as All-Star Superman. And I just saw it for the first time, and it blew me away, and I am ecstatic about that. And if you are watching this, I would like to talk to you about getting official permission to use that image in promotional materials for Pop Culture Philosophers, for Rockin' Robbie Billups, for the brand, for everything like that. Anyway, thank you guys so much once again for your support of this channel. We really do appreciate it. You guys, I know everybody says stuff like that. Like, on the, when you have a Patreon page, people are like, oh, thank you so much, right? Thank you so much. I support a couple people on Patreon. None of them comic book people, to be honest with you. But anyway, so my books are just falling all over the place. But I really do appreciate it. I know you have to go out of your way to do this, so I really appreciate it. I hope that you find some value in these videos. I consider you the board members of Pop Culture Philosophers. So what I'm going to do is do something I never have done. And when I'm a songwriter and I'm a musician. I haven't, and a lyricist. I'm a rapper. My stage name is Contact. I have never really shown many people outside of just a couple like things before they even start. And I haven't written a song in a long time. A long time. And part of it has been the access to my equipment. But I had this inspiration of this new series of chords. And so as I leave you, I'm going to step over there. I'm going to turn up my keyboard real quick. This is my practice keyboard. It's a little silly Casio I got over there. And I got to buy a new computer. So I'm saving up y'all's money that you're donating, and I'm saving up some Google AdSense revenue, things like that. I want to get a nice computer. Instead of just fixing this one, I want to get a new nice machine that I can do a lot of work with. David sent me some things. David Hatch sent me some things about Skyping and how to capture that. I've talked to Dennis Camp a lot over the last couple of days. I think I can set up an interview with him pretty easily. I'd like to do that in time for Maxwell's Demons finale to come out, which I have read, and it's amazing. And I'm about to have to go read Waste of Space number 6, because Michael Morrissey shared that with me this week, and I really got to get to it before it comes out. Anyway, thank you guys so much. I'm Rockin' Robbie Bills, and I'm going to go over there. I'm going to play. All this are the chords. This is the most basic level. When I first start writing a song, all that comes to me at first is an initial chord progression. And this is it. So I hope you enjoy it, and we're out. So deuces. Thank you guys so much. Here's yet another PCP Video Newsletter. I hope to do at least 2 more of these this week. Thank you guys so much for your support and all that jazz. Like I've said. Now, I can also play this a little bit differently like this. More like this, sorry. I also feel like that is a little slightly similar to Hotel California, but not completely. Not completely enough.